Hey, what is going on, social media family? Corey Brim of Sugar Rim Bar, and in this video, this is something, guys, you have got to watch this video all the way to the end. I promise you, I'm going to bring you some very good content. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Jeremy Johnson. What's going on, brother?
All is well, all is well. I'm always glad to be here with you.
Man, listen, so in this video, we're going to do real estate investing from A to Z. This brother's going to break down for you very quickly. We're not going to take all day. That's why I want you guys to watch this. From A to Z, how you can go. Do you want to take them from like nothing to real estate? Or
nothing. It's only
A to Z?
It's only 4 steps.
All right, we're going to take you from A to Z. So listen, if you like what we're saying in this video, I'm going to add some links to his things. You can click subscribe, click the notification bell, and help us grow the channel. Because you got, I went over 10,000 subscribers, man.
Congratulations.
Hey, man,
congratulations.
I'm doing the thing. so look, sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'm going to show you guys. I ain't going to show you nothing. This brother's going to show you how to break it down from A to Z. So let's go. So, check this out. So, all right, man. So, you're going to make it seem easy. But people are sitting out there and they're wondering, how can they get started? Like, what do they do? I get questions all the time.
How do I get started? What do I do? I got 700 credit score. What's supposed to...
Like, where did we begin? What's A?
So we're not going to jump straight into the real estate because I can tell you the 4 steps, and I've challenged myself to explain this in under 2 minutes. I can literally tell you.
Get your pen and paper.
I can explain it in under 2 minutes and then make it make sense in under 2 minutes. But none of that will matter to you unless you have the right mindset. So the right mindset being this: you've got to understand the best use of money is to continually to put yourself in a position where you don't have to work for money. That's the best use of money. That's the best use of money. So that's why investors prefer assets to make money for them instead of them physically having to show up to a day job, right? All people who make their money primarily from earned income have a huge problem. First off, being taxes, 30% or more. But the second problem is that they're making money in a way that demands them to physically show up somewhere.
They have to be at that job.
You see what I'm saying? And so I don't care what your profession is. I don't care if you're a basketball player.
Right.
Once you get kept from the team, you're a regular person again, right? So you've got to find a way to make money in such a way that doesn't require your physical presence.
And most of our jobs, especially now, what we're going through now, most of our jobs require you, like people are working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. So how are you going to like ride for dollars and
you see what I'm saying?
You don't have the time.
So let's get into real estate. So now we understand that this is why we do it. This is why we put our money into real estate, because we are continually inching our way out of the more money I make in real estate, the less money I need to make at a day job. And eventually the scales will tip where I no longer need the day job in its entirety, which is why my last day job was the military. That's a guaranteed check, 1st and the 15th, benefits and everything. It is very possible to work your way out of even having a good job as that.
I promise you, I'm trying not to make this video long. I want to get right to it, but we got to get the people that are out there watching, because it's not, you and I have come from that. The people out there watching, it's hard to wrap their minds around getting started. It's hard to think that in just a short time you could amass a real estate portfolio that it doesn't necessarily have to replace your income, but it could supplement your income, right? So somebody that's sitting out there now, teetering on the edge, because that's kind of where they are. Okay, they got their day job, they fully committed. Where do they get started at?
All right, so there's 4 steps, and we're going to go in order. So the first step is find, F-I-N-D. We find a discounted property. We do not pay market price, retail price for properties, right? If you buy something at the same price that you can sell it for, there's no profit. If there's no profit, it's not an investment property. You just made a house purchase, right? So we find a discounted property, and then we fund the deal. This is where most people think the hard part is, finding the money. F-U-N-D, fund the deal. Here's the reality. Most people think that finding the money is hard. Absolutely a lie. Finding the money is the easiest part because they're printing more of it every night.
Right. And there are people out there, like we talked about, who they have money sitting in the bank. in the bank, and they're not earning any money on their money in the bank. And they could be investing that money somewhere, and you could just be the person to find the property.
Exactly.
And show them how.
So each one of these steps, there's money to be made and understand. Just you only have to understand one of the steps, and you can make money in real estate.
But you're gonna give us 4.
I'm gonna give you all 4. I'm gonna give you the complete loop, right? Because it doesn't matter whether you're dealing with parking lots, apartment buildings, houses. Doesn't matter. It's the same 4 steps in any form of monetizing real estate. We find the discounted property. We fund the deal. We fix the property. FIX, fix the property, and then we fill the property with a tenant or a buyer if you're going to flip it, right? So it's the same steps: find, fund, fix, fill. It never deviates from that order, right? So if you can get paid, so like you're saying, now we're breaking it down to the actual individual steps. Finding a discounted property. You could be a wholesaler, right? You can be a real estate agent. They find discounted properties, right? If it comes to funding the deal, you could be a transaction coordinator. So
but hold on, but we also because I know you may not understand this. I'm hearing people talk to me through the camera right now because I know my people. My people. A lot of people don't understand that there are people out there who even in your family or someone you may know. There's people who have properties who don't want to deal with them anymore. Like
exactly.
they want to get rid of them.
Exactly.
Grandmama died. They don't want to deal with the stuff. Mm-hmm. So and you could be 1 degree or 2 degrees separated from that deal.
Correct. Absolutely. So when it comes to unwanted property, there are going to be recurring life events at every point, even during this pandemic, that's going to put people in a position where they have a property that they no longer want. Divorce is one, right? Death is another. If you have a family member, if you live in New York and a family member dies in Wisconsin, what are the odds that if they leave you that property, you're going to uproot yourself and move?
Right, you're going to move from New York to
so
Wisconsin.
That's happening every day.
Ain't happening.
People are dying, leaving properties to people who are not going to uproot themselves to move to that property. That's another place where you can find these properties. Tax liens, right? Hey, look, because most of these properties that have tax liens on them are properties that are not your primary residence. And if it becomes between paying the taxes at your primary residence and in some other house
that you've never lived
in, no plans on living in, you're going to pay your primary and hey, to hell with the other one.
Right.
And so there are certain recurring problems that are always existing, no matter what's going on in the economy, that's going to create a need for people who have unwanted properties. Hey, I need to get rid of it.
What we're going through now, do you think that there's going to be a real estate crash? With the whole tenant,
so I don't think that
eviction,
because the 2008 crash was so recent, in the grand scheme of things, that the American government is going to allow that to happen to that same magnitude a second time.
I brought that up because I kind of have the same feeling. I think there's not necessarily, I wouldn't call them safeguards, but I don't think they're gonna I don't think our economy is gonna break on the edge of disaster like it did.
Yeah, it's too recent. It's too recent because at a certain point, if the government keeps allowing those levels, that size of a catastrophe, at some point, that's the catalyst for anarchy, right?
Right.
You're not going to listen to a government that.
All right, so we find the deal. We fund the deal. So fun. We're on the fund the deal part.
No, so this is the part where people say, so this is my job, right? I work a lot in the funding part. There's this misconception that says, I know what to do, I just need the money. That's a lie from hell. If you had an actual winning deal, investors, because everyone who has money has to invest it.
Right.
It's a non-negotiable, right? And then half the job is done for you because people who have money already know that real estate investing is a safe and profitable return.
Right.
The only thing you've got to convince them of is that you're qualified to take their money, put it in real estate, and give them a return.
Right.
Right. So most of the battle is done for you. The biggest challenge that people run into is that they want people to trust them with money when they haven't put any money into their own learning. They haven't put any money into their own deals. So you want someone who has strategically did, from the sweat of their brow, earn their money, and you want them to trust it in pretty much your ideations. You haven't put anything into it. Literally, ask the person, what course have you taken? What have you done to position yourself, to qualify yourself to take my money, put it in real estate, and come back with a return?
Because everybody wants to get rich. Everyone watch. They watch the HGTV. They watch the flipping Alaska, and they think that's how money is made in real estate.
So before I built a portfolio for anyone else, I built one for myself.
Right.
So that was my resume. I showed them I had skin in the game. I had taken my own money, put it into real estate, created a return, and then eventually, guess what? People start knocking on your doors. Hey, whatever you're doing with your money, do it with mine.
Right.
And that's So that's why I say funding is the easy part. When you put some skin in the game, created some results, people will start to come to you because there's a need. If I have money in a savings account, I need to park it somewhere that's actually going to create a return.
All right, cool. So you guys getting this? If you got any comments, leave them down below. If there's any questions that you want me to ask him, leave them down below. Because I talk to the brother regularly, so he'll answer the questions. Now, fix.
Now so the imagine hard part in real estate is funding the deal. Oh, if I had the money, right? No, that's not.
Yeah, the hard part is fixing.
There's always listen. Your contractor will make or break your deal every time. Listen, I can give you the property for free. If you can't get it in the move-in ready condition, it's never going to make money, right? And here's the biggest problem when it comes to contracting. And interestingly enough, it correlates with the U.S. education system. For at least the last 50 years, we've told our kids that they have to go to universities to become successful in life. Well, guess what's happened? Do you know anyone under 30 who's in school to become any level of skilled tradesman? We're talking about plumbing, HVAC, carpentry, electrical, any of the skilled trades need to build
Nobody's
houses.
picking up a hammer.
Exactly. So now the pool of qualified contractors, there's not enough young professionals coming in to replace those who are retiring and dying out. So now you got to find the scrap. We literally are trading contractors like playing cards. People call me, hey, you got a good roofer. Hey, you got a good electrician. We literally have to. You could, as a skilled tradesperson right now, whether you do electrical, plumbing, whatever your trade is, you can make consistent money just working with investors. Not even working with the general public. You're not on Angie's List trying to. Just with investors. The need is that great. You can sign your own paycheck just working with the local investors in you because there are not enough good, qualified, skilled tradesmen to go around.
That's all around though, man. There's not enough good anything anywhere.
So that's really, so out of the find, fund, fix, fill, fix is definitely your biggest challenge. That's the biggest hurdle.
But also, like, I know we're not going in depth because we can save that for another podcast. Or you guys can get in contact with Jeremy. He can go in depth with it for you. But we also, a lot of people don't know their numbers. When it comes to repairing a bathroom or fixing a kitchen or they just it's like a money pit. They're just throwing money out there or they're underbidding on what they think it would cost to repair a roof.
This is free game, right? Free game. Go to your local Home Depot and Lowe's. I mean, you can do it from the app, but it's better in person. Go to your Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. Go there and just start looking at the price of materials. Even if you don't know what the labor costs, you should know that I can get a decent toilet for $120. I know that a sheet of drywall will cost me $15. Start learning at least the price of materials.
Right.
That's something you can do for free on your own. Take some initiative to at least learn the price of materials.
Right.
And then you can, between the relationship that you have with that contractor, you can work out a labor bid. But there's no excuse to not at least know what the materials cost.
Right. All right. Step number 4, fill.
Fill. That's actually the easiest
Not
part.
Uncle Phil.
No, not Uncle
Phil.
No, but really, filling the property is the easiest part.
Everybody got to live somewhere.
It's the demand. We've talked about this, right? As human beings, we've been through the Ice Age, the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age. We have never been through the
Homo Age. You just take it all the way back to just.
Yes,
there.
we have never been through the Homo Age.
When talking with Jeremy, you need shelter, fire, food.
Yes. So at no point have we ever preferred to live outdoors. For that reason, the demand for real estate never goes away. So people ask me, well, what happened in 2008? That was a banking crisis, not a housing crisis.
Right.
People didn't just up and say, like,
man, I'm about to go live under that bridge.
That's not what happened.
Subprime loans.
People who were homeowners became renters again. Right. That's all that happened. But the demand to live indoors, didn't diminish. And here's what really happened if we want to pull the layers back. The banks took a loss because a lot of people were defaulting on mortgages. But if you had rental property at the time, you didn't have to worry about vacancies for years. People were knocking down your door to stay in your property. Right. So the only thing that happens to money, it never disappears. It goes from one pocket to the other. Amen. It went away from the banks and into the landlords.
Money moves from one pocket to the. Let me write that down.
It never disappears. So we act like in a crisis, even with the global pandemic, right? We act like that somehow money is disappearing. We got to hold on to it. No, it's just there are going to be winners and losers.
Bro, let me tell you something. We're going to have to do another video because right now, we're talking about this, but what's happening right now in these past 8 months, in my opinion, it's a huge, massive trillions of dollars wealth is being transferred right now.
Absolutely.
Wealth
It's
is
going
being
from one pocket to another.
Wealth
And
is being
you've
transferred.
got to position yourself.
And we ain't in the game.
Guess what? So let me show you how everything relates to real estate. During this global pandemic, people are at home, literally have nothing to do with the order from Amazon. Amazon's been building more facilities. Guess what I do for real estate investors and developers like myself? So we say, okay, Amazon, where are they going next? If Amazon announces that they're going to set up shop in your town, you should be buying up everything close to that because everyone prefers to live near where they work. And you already know what Amazon is going to pay their workers. They announce how much they're going to pay, so you want to know what you can reasonably charge for rent because they're going to announce the salaries.
Amazon's talking about putting a fulfillment center over in Crystal City. My family, we still own the house that we grew up in, right there, literally a stone's throw away from where they're going to build a fulfillment center. Just them talking, just the actual mention of Amazon coming there, the house went up $100,000. It's not even built.
Exactly.
Not even built.
Just the speculation alone is crazy.
It's $100,000 more in equity. So then think on that scale or that level. What is it going to be worth when they actually build it?
Exactly.
That's another $100,000.
Now this is where people go wrong. They'll say, "Well, it's worth X amount of dollars. Let's sell it." No, you don't want the money. You want the asset.
Right.
Let's refinance it, pull the money out,
Right.
keep the asset, and then invest the money elsewhere.
Right.
So that's the power play. If I come to the closing table and I leave with money, I'm on the wrong side of the table. The major players are playing for assets. They are not playing for money.
So let's go over 4 things. First one is
We find a discounted property.
all right.
Then we fund the deal. Then we we fix the property, and then we fill the property. That's every form of. Give you an example. Let's say I buy a piece of dirt. I found a piece of property, a piece of dirt that's undeveloped, right? So I find it. I get with a partner who has money that they're sitting on. That's my funding, and then I get a land clearing company to just come in and clear it. Just knock down a couple of the trees or whatever. So I fix the property.
So you can build on it.
And then guess what I do? I don't even have to build a house.
Oh, you can sell land.
No, we want to keep the land. I'm going to just set up a temporary electric station and run water, and then I'm going to rent out the stalls as campers. You can park your camper here, your fifth wheel, your RV. Parking lots are the easiest way to generate money in real estate.
And in that scenario you just did, it took some sweat equity, but it didn't cost me any money out of my pocket that I had to.
Nope. As long as you can pay back the borrowed money and you charge a monthly rate. Like let's say I have 10 stalls at $200 a piece, right? So that's $2,000, but my friend only wants $1,000 a month. So he makes $1,000, I make $1,000.
Yeah, and I think in closing as we wrap this up, I think that a lot of people just don't think I don't think their brains. The wheels don't turn that way. They see a piece of land and they don't see it as potential. They don't see it as an asset. They see it as dirt.
Yep.
And where someone like you, an investor,
I can't even turn it off if I want to. I can't drive down and just ignore the real estate around me. I can't.
Have you done that? Have you been in your car? You saw something you had to just.
Yes, absolutely. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Now it's just, and like I was riding with my friend recently, and we saw this old abandoned gas station, but it was right off the highway. And I was like, that is prime real estate. He said, I've driven past that 100 times. I've never noticed that.
Never looked at it.
Never even, and that's how most people are. They drive past their freedom from a day job on their way to the day job. Like the amount and the value of land and properties that you're driving by, just going to Walmart, just going to, you're driving past your escape.
Wow. Woo, man. Gotta put something in here. So, is there anything that you want to say to anybody out there that's watching this? Where can they find you? Where can people find you?
Instagram, Facebook, same thing. Jay Johnson Says, the letter J, the last name Johnson Says, SAYS. Facebook or Instagram. Drop me a comment, inbox me.
You got any classes, courses, and
I have none. So this is the part. I do have a mentorship, but I'm very guarded with who I allow into my mentorship. No, there are no open web search. It's not a pay to play. So a lot of people think that they'll say, well, these mentors are out here scamming people and whatever like that, and they'll just want to take your money. Understand? I will tell you no. So the conversation. So what happens with my mentorship program? You schedule a one-on-one with me. We talk. You either get an invitation to enroll, or you'll get a referral to someone else's program. Yeah. I don't need your money, and I have a nationwide community of investors, and we're like a family. I could pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm going to Houston, and Team Houston would say, hey, let's get together for lunch. It's like that. And I prefer to build my mentorship program in that way. It's very organic. It's very familial. So I do have a mentorship program, yes.
Yeah, because you see, I mean, I say it all the time, man. You see people out there like, buy my course, download this, that, and I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, my mentees have my cell phone number.
Right.
My mentees can call me. So obviously, I can't give that type of access to just anyone who can swipe a card and pay. Right?
And I think on some levels, even though you get the one or two people who be, they'll say stuff like, oh, you should help whoever. Dude, you can't help everybody, man.
No.
And it has to start with the person on the other end. You have to be willing to get out there and work on your own. Like you're not gonna call me every day saying, hey Corey, did you get up and go look at some properties? Hey Corey, did you pay your bills? Hey Corey, it's not your job to check in on me. It's my job to pull myself up, call you if I need some help, but pull myself up and just like the people that are watching, get up out there, hustle, grind, find it, and then
so my job is to give you the cheat sheet, but I can't do the work for you.
Right.
And so there's a certain mentality. Obviously, I'm not going to give you the answer, but understand I've done hundreds of these interviews. I know what I'm looking for in a mentee, right? I know what I'm looking for in a mentee, and we're going to have a conversation.
Because the same thing that you're looking for should be the qualities and attributes that they're looking for. You shouldn't just want to, because people say stuff all the time like get a mentor. That everybody can't be your mentor.
You're exactly right.
The same thing that you're looking for in a mentee, the mentee should be looking for a great mentor or someone that he can, equally lock you.
It should be a symbiotic relationship.
Man, that was deep. All right, well, look, guys, if you have any questions, if this was useful, if this was helpful, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, look at the descriptions down below, leave us some comments down below, please. And I will add links to Jay Johnson #says where you can pick up his information if you got any other questions, man. Thanks for your time, brother. Anything you want to say to the people before we get up out of here, man?
I want to see you win, beautiful people, but more importantly, I want to see you grow.
All right, man. We are out of here. I will see you guys on the next video. I tell you what, I'll make a link to this video because this could be the first time you're seeing this. We did another video. I'll put a link to that video in this video, and I'll just drive you back and forth. All right, man. I love you guys. See you guys on the next video. Never give up. Always believe in yourself.